Hi everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for SPIEGELMOM Scraps. Today I'm starting out with this piece of, it's called Night Shift Blue. It's a cardstock from Cardstock Warehouse and it's a very deep blue color. It's very vibrant. It's not quite a navy, but it's like a little bit more on the teal side of navy, I feel like, but it's a beautiful color and I absolutely love using it as a background. Now I decided that I wanted to do some mixed media on it. So I started out with some heavy gesso and the white, obviously. And I did that because, so basically I'm going to add some blue colors back on top of it. I'm kind of making like almost a galaxy background, but I'm not going for the galaxy kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. I have these photos of my son taking a nap on the couch and our puppy, or our dog, he's now almost 6 years old, I think, and he was cuddled up at his legs and he was a puppy at the time. So I wanted kind of a nighttime kind of look. So I'm pulling out a lot of different shimmers colors here, and I'm using primarily sprays. I did pull out some other like Ken Oliver color burst powders, but I don't end up using those at all. I'm not really sure where I've gotten off to here, but I'm thinking either I had to go, do something adulting or let the dogs out or something. So anyway, oh, it looks like I'm back. So I'm going to spray down, the gesso had to dry and it was almost dry but not 100%, but that's fine. I just use a spray bottle with some water in it and then I'm just spraying these colors directly onto the background. One of the colors is called, let me check. Chance of Rain, and then the darker blue color I'm using is called Ahoy Matey, and I'm putting them on, spraying some water, and like tipping the paper so that they kind of mix together and they go all over the place. The lighter blue that I just added is called Frostbite, and again just tipping it around, and then the purple is Plum Tuckered Out. And I thought purple is always a great color to add to like a sky kind of vibey background, because there's a lot of purple, in the night sky. So I'm just trying to clean up just a little bit and I'm dabbing up a little bit. I did add a lot of water to this. So this cardstock is thick. I think it's a 100-pound cardstock, and then I have the gesso on it and it's gonna warp a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. You'll see in my close-up like how it kind of warped, but as soon as you put it in a page protector, if you put it with another layout like behind it, it flattens it out really nicely, so that doesn't bother me at all. It makes it a little hard for taking photographs though. So just playing around, and then there it is dry, and it kind of wasn't 100% what I wanted, so I think off camera I did add a couple of spritzes of more color because with the dark color background, it really like seemed to absorb into the paper kind of. So I just added a couple more spritz off camera, and then I was going to use this Constellation stencil and some foils, silver. It's like a paste, but it ends up smushing and I just don't like the way it looks. So I'm gonna scrape it. And I don't know if I do that on camera here or if I keep kind of going with this idea that I'm gonna use it. But I'm gonna end up using I think a like Amazon gift card, and just scraping all of the stenciling off, which makes this really cool, like kind of obviously scraped design in the mixed media in the background, and I really love the way it looks. So I'm kind of happy with this mistake. Here, right here. So I'm just trying to spread it out. That foils texture paste from Shimmers that I use is super duper shimmery. So it adds like, you know, that shimmer to the background. You can even see it here before it's dry. And then I decided to come in with some white mists and just splatter it around. I also add some Hi-Ho Silver blings, and then I think I add some dark blue mist for my stash as well. Excuse me. And so for this month, I'm trying to use a mix of older sequins and newer sequins. The sequins that I chose, though, aren't super old. So I'm going to be using one of the newer releases, which is called, actually, I think I used two of the newer releases. Let me take a peek here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I used two of them. But yeah, so I use different color blues to go on the background. I was going to use some stars as well, but I couldn't find my little stars. Those are an older release too. Oh, let's see here. So the ones that I end up using are Storybook, which is a new release, and Oceanfront. Both of those are from September, those two there. And then I'm going to pull in Ocean of Color, which was, I think, a couple months ago. And I'm working with my Shop It kit from the Shop It or Stash It series that Christy and I are doing. And so I'm primarily using Maggie Holmes here, the Sweet Story, but I am also going to use one blue paper from Dear Lizzie Here and Now. Just trying to line this picture up. I had cut it crooked and didn't realize it, and so it kept making my backing layer look crooked, and it's driving me absolutely bananas. So I finally just get it where it's acceptable and moved on. But that background paper just has some black hearts on it, and then I'm going to put it on this blue paper that has the pink flowers. And this is, like I said earlier, a layout about my son, and I'm totally okay with using flowers on a boy page. It doesn't bother me at all. That is one of the things that I am also trying to do for September is scrap some more boy layouts. So if you have boys and are looking for inspiration, definitely hang out this month, because I am going to at least attempt to have my son or my husband on every single layout this month, which will be interesting because if you saw my Shop It or Stash It kit, you know, it's kind of pink heavy, so. But it will be fine because pink for boys is fine as well. So just, I added some tissue paper there and then just layering these things up, and decided I wanted to pop that photo up. And then I kept going back and forth on whether I wanted this to be kind of centered, but I didn't. I wanted it off to the side. And I don't know why, but I had it in my head it was going to be off to the side, so we're going to go with that. I'm going to pull in my sewing machine here, and I do leave this in, so it's probably going to get all shaky. But I'm going to stitch around kind of the outside edge. I'm leaving like a good ½ inch, ¼ inch around the whole edge, and I'm making this messy because the mixed media is messy, but I thought it would just give it kind of a more defined outline of the layout. So I'm just using white thread and just quickly going around using a straight stitch. I always increase my stitch length when I am doing stitching on layouts or on paper to 3.5. I think it usually defaults to 1.5 or 2. So I increase the stitch length because otherwise you have tiny stitches, and I think it looks better with the longer stitch length. And then again, just white thread. I do have to change my needle out because I realized that it's sticky and it kept catching on the paper, and I couldn't figure out why because there's no glue on this paper, and my mixed media was 100% dry. It had dried for like 2 days, so there was no reason it should have stuck to it, but I think there's glue on my needles, so don't stitch through glue if you can help it. So I'm going to pull in these Ellie Studio tags, and I'm just using 2 of them in the blue color, and I'm going to layer them up together like that. I literally just made this layout like maybe last night or earlier today. I can't remember, and I already can't remember what I do. So I was thinking about using that dream big phrase from one of the 6x8 papers from Maggie Holmes, but I didn't like it. It wasn't going to stand out enough, so I figured I would just lose it. So right now I'm looking for some thickers, and I pull in a couple of options, but I quickly decide to go with the wood grain ones that I have here. And those ones are by Dear Lizzie, and they're called Soar. And they're from, it says 2014, so, you know, a while ago. I know I've had them for a while, and I don't know why I struggle to use them, but I do. I think it's because I like them, so, you know, I want the right layout or whatever, but whatever. It works perfectly on this one. I'm just going to title it Snuggle Buddies, because that's definitely what they were. It's funny because now, I don't know if it probably happened around the time that like my son kind of, you know, hit puberty or whatever, but the dogs like won't listen to him anymore, and they cuddle with him, but I don't know, I feel like their relationship has changed a little bit. So I'm liking the title. I am going to stitch that down using my sewing machine again. You'll see here in a minute. And then I add a Maggie Holmes little sticker tag underneath the title, and then one of those sticker hearts. It's vellum, or it's clear sticker, and it looks like it's made out of tape. It's like a heart made out of tape. And then I add a couple of stars. And then I'm going to add some of the phrase stickers. I add one that says the sweetest, one that says you are loved, and one that says wonderful. And I'm going to add a few of the star stickers from the Dear Lizzie Here Now sticker sheet. Oh, but first here's where I'm going to stitch down those letters. They're not sticky at all, and with having the mixed media background, I just figured it would be easier just to sew them right down. So what I'm going to do with my sequins is really, I'm going to scatter them kind of around my little clusters. I'm going to pull out similar ones in colors that match what I already have on the layout, and then I'm just going to scatter them around. It's one of my favorite things to do with sequins. I don't know. They add the perfect little pops of color and everything, and I just love the sparkle that they add. So that's what I'm going to do here. Oh, but first I'm going to add some more embellishments. So I have some more of the clear stickers. I add 2 little bows to the title, and then I pull in the puffy stickers and add some stars and that little puffy camera. And then this sticker sheet, I'm going to pull out 2 blue stars and then 3 gold ones. And then I'm going to add my sequins. And I'm using a lot of really small sequins, so I'm going to just use glue, and I'm using the Deluxe, Nuvo Deluxe glue. It's like my favorite go-to right now, and it holds everything down really well to the page. So I usually, even with the Zatz glue dots, I'll occasionally have you know, a sequin that escapes, but I don't think I have had one with this Nouveau glue yet. So don't forget, you can always use my code DAISY15 for 15% off your next purchase in the SPIEGELMOM Scraps shop. Check out all of the September releases. They are fabulous. I am in love with the colors. And remember, you can always mix the new sequins with the older sequins to come up with the like color scheme that you're looking for. These ones I'm pulling in right now are the Ocean of Color, and I'm pulling in these really beautiful navy sequins. Just to add a little bit of a deeper pop of color. The other ones that I used are some holographic ones that were from the storybook, I believe, and then from the Ocean front, I am using little like teal ones. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you again next time. Bye!